Now as far as unboxing is concerned, let me just do the unboxing for you quickly. I have been using the MacBook Air for the last 2 months, so the package is already open and things are not like as you see in a package, but this is how it looks like. This is the MacBook Air which I have been using for the past 2 months. I have already showed you this one. This is the charger which you get within the package with the Indian jack over there, so that I can connect it to the power port. You do get an extension cable as well, which I don't have with me as of now, but yes, there is an extension cable in case you would like the length of the cable to be long. Then you get these quick start guides, some additional stickers from Apple, and then some other manuals over there which we are not going to take a look at. But these are all the package contents of the MacBook Air which you get once you buy this machine in India. Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetjuice.com, and today I'm going to do the long-term user review of the MacBook Air which I'm using for the past 2 months now. And this machine is definitely a very special machine as per me. I normally use laptop for my daily computing needs, and irrespective I'm traveling, irrespective I'm in office, I will always use a laptop. And I do have a lot of them with me, including some Dell XPS, some other machines like Gigabyte laptop, and some other laptops which I use. So I recently bought this one, which is the MacBook Air, which is kind of portable laptop, and again I'm using this for approximately 2 months now. And one thing which I can say about the MacBook Air is that it is definitely a laptop for laptop lovers, and this is something which you can carry around with you, just like you carry your iPad, you carry a normal book with you, or you carry a normal file folder with you, because it is actually kind of very light. And this is something which makes it very special. It is light, portable, as fast as possible, and it is actually a full-fledged computer on the go. So when it is going to weigh around 1 kg approximately, or slightly more than that, it can give you the kind of capabilities you have on a normal 2 to 3 kg laptop, so which is something which makes it very special. So I have this machine with me. This is the MacBook Air 11-inch which I bought, and I deliberately bought the 11-inch model because I wanted the machine to be as small as possible and as light as possible. So again, you can always go for the MacBook Air 13-inch model as well, but this is the 11-inch model which I bought. And again, this is something which has impressed me. And why it has impressed me is that because it actually gives you the kind of computing you need on the go. Normally I have meetings on a daily basis. In a week I will have approximately 4 to 5 meetings, or sometimes 7 meetings within a week, and again I'm traveling most of the time. And when I travel most of the time, I need a machine which should not be heavy. So this is something which is definitely suited for people who are traveling, who are working on the go. It could be for any business consumer out there, it could be for any software professional out there who is actually working on the go, replying to emails, and this machine can actually give you the kind of connectivity as well as computing power you need on the go. So this is an 11-inch model of the MacBook Air. As you can see, it is so small that it feels like you are carrying a small book in your hand, and the kind of design it has is something which makes it very special and unique as well. Again, it has the kind of connectivity you need, and still it is very slim. You can compare it with a netbook over there, and it is actually just like a normal netbook, but it is much powerful than a netbook. If you compare it with an ultrabook, you can always compare it with an ultrabook, but again, this machine is going to be light as compared to any other ultrabook out there. However, there are some new ultrabooks which are coming up. This machine which I have has the Core i5 processor inside, 4 GB of RAM, and again the RAM is non-upgradable, which is kind of a limitation, but that's how it is. When it comes to the 8 GB version of the MacBook Air, you can buy that in US, not in India. Talking about the configuration as far as the RAM and the storage is concerned, so storage wise it is 256 GB model which I have with me. So 256 GB of SSD is there inside, and it is pretty good in that department in terms of the storage needs you might have from a machine like this. The kind of build quality it has is very premium. For a machine which is so small, the kind of build quality they have given is quite commendable. It has the kind of connectivity you need. Again, on the 11-inch MacBook Air, you will have to compromise on the connectivity because this one does not give you an SD card slot. So SD card or a full-fledged SD card cannot be read on this machine directly. However, you can always come up with any alternatives to actually use that, so that you can actually use an adapter. I normally use an SD card adapter, which is a full speed, high speed adapter actually, which I bought from Flipkart, and I use that adapter to plug it into the USB port, and I plug the SD card into that, and then it is solved. In terms of the battery backup, the MacBook Air 13-inch is going to give you a battery backup of approximately 12 hours, whereas this one is 9 hours as per the specification which you will see on Apple India website. Now coming to the model, we have two models in the MacBook Air. This is the 11-inch model which I have with me. I opted for the 11-inch model deliberately. However, there is a 13-inch model as well, which is also kind of light, and it is slightly bigger. For those who are actually used to bigger laptops, they might like it, but I normally like the laptop to be as small as possible and should be as powerful as possible at the same time. An 11-inch MacBook Air is a perfect example of how you can actually have a powerful machine in this form factor. So 11-inch MacBook, in terms of the overall size, it may look like it is a small machine. It may look like that the keyboard on this machine is kind of small and it is difficult to type, but it is not. And the display is such that it does not give you any kind of stress on your eyes. Once you are used to it, once you are used to using it, you will feel as comfortable on this machine as you might feel on a 14 or 15-inch laptop. In terms of weight, it is around 1.3 kg, which is again fairly light. The kind of specification it has is also very good. You have got a Intel Core i5 processor inside, which is the latest generation which I have got, and again you also get 4 GB of RAM. And again, with this much of configuration, you get a decent display which gives you pretty good viewing angles, a high definition web camera, so you can record video from the web camera on this machine in high definition quality, which is definitely a good thing. In terms of the build quality is again not compromised. This will cost you approximately 55 to 65,000 rupees depending on what variant you actually opted for. This is the 256 GB SSD variant which I have got, and again it will cost you nearly 65,000 rupees or maybe more, but it is totally worth. So why it is totally worth? Because the kind of design and the overall form factor you expect, and the kind of computing it can actually, the kind of computing power it can actually give to you, which is something which does make this machine very small, because it is a small powerhouse which you carry with you, and you don't need to actually carry any other laptop with you once you use this on the go. Now let's talk about the connectivity of the MacBook Air. As far as connectivity goes, it does give you the kind of connectivity you need. It has two USB ports, one on this side and the other one is on this side. When it comes to the charging port is over there, MagSafe 2. We have the headphone jack over there, and on this side we have the Thunderbolt port as well, so that you can actually connect it to external monitor and portrait the display from this machine. So in case you are working on a desk and you feel like that this display is kind of small, you can always connect it to an external monitor with the help of a DVI adapter, which you will have to buy separately. But once you have that, you can actually connect this one to any external monitor and portrait the display, which is definitely a good thing. Apart from this, one thing which is missing on the MacBook Air 11-inch is the SD card slot. So there is no SD card slot on the MacBook Air 11-inch as compared to the MacBook Air 13-inch and the MacBook Pro, which have the full SD card slot, in which you can actually read a memory card from a camera into that particular machines. But in this one you cannot do that, but there is an alternative to everything. And you get an adapter which comes for approximately 700 rupees on Snapdeal or on Flipkart, which comes from Transient. I have actually got that adapter, and I can use that adapter to actually read an SD card on this machine with the help of that adapter, and then the purpose is solved. So in case you feel like that SD card slot is missing, you can always buy an adapter, use it by plugging it to the USB port on this machine, which is again supported, and you can buy a high-speed one in case you have any queries or problem with that. Talking about the comparison between a MacBook Air with a full-fledged laptop like this one, which is the Dell XPS 14Z, which I have with me, one thing I would like to tell you that this device actually gives you very good performance, but it also gives you heavy weight. It also gives you bigger size, whereas this one, which is almost, I guess, almost 75% of the size of the Dell XPS, which is the MacBook Air. So MacBook Air is much smaller, gives you as good performance as you will get on this machine. The only difference is going to be the graphic card. So again, you do not have graphic card on this machine on the MacBook Air, but you have Intel latest generation of graphics, which again are pretty good, but not meant for video editing. Especially in case you are opting a machine like this, I would recommend you to go for this one only when you are going to do video editing or anything related to gaming, which is something not very smoothly done on the MacBook Air. But MacBook Air definitely for daily computing or for anything which you want to do on the go, it is a perfect machine. And that is why I always use a MacBook Air on the go when I'm traveling. Even I'm traveling within the city, I'm in a cab, I always use a MacBook Air because this gives me the kind of battery backup I cannot get from these kind of machines, which is the difference. So battery backup is something which impresses me on the MacBook Air. Another thing which impresses me is the overall form factor and the weight. Weight is very light, the overall build quality is very good, and the battery backup is approximately 7 to 8 hours, which I have got from this one. So these are some of the reasons which actually might make you buy a MacBook Air, and these were the reasons which made me buy a MacBook Air 11-inch, so that I no longer carry a heavy laptop with me, especially when I'm traveling or when I'm going to meetings, because this machine actually does the purpose for me, and it actually solves everything which I need as far as computing is concerned with this machine. So that's all from us. This is my review of the MacBook Air 11-inch. I really love this machine and I like it more than any other laptop I have bought till date, including some of the gaming laptops I have bought. In terms of the overall experience, it gives you the best experience compared to any other portable laptop you can think of, and the kind of keyboard, the overall form factor, the quality of hardware you get on this machine is quite commendable, which can only come from Apple as of now. I am still to test the Dell XPS 13, which is a close competitor to this MacBook Air, but let me see how that is going to be. But Dell XPS 13 is not yet launched in India, and I'm not sure when it will come, but I will compare that with this one. But as of now, my favorite portable laptop on the go is the MacBook Air 11-inch, and these were the reasons why it is. So thanks for watching this video. In case this video helped you, you can always click the like button below. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.